All right, guys, welcome back to the very brand new channel. This channel is now going to be called Crispy Stang. It's more going to be just car content for myself, my vehicle, maybe of other vehicles as well, other Stangs. Me and my little brother both have 2014 Ford Mustangs. And then we have another high schooler that actually joins us for some pictures as well for our Stangs. But this specific video today is going to be more of 5 things that I actually dislike about my 2014 Ford Mustang. So let's get into it. So very first thing onto this list is going to be the color black of my Mustang. I truly love the color black. Black and red is my favorite colors. Just I didn't think it would be that difficult to maintain the beautifulness of this black Stang. I feel like I'm constantly washing this thing on a daily basis. I mean, I could go 2 days, get it washed. By the time I get done getting it washed, there's already going to be dirt all over it. Very noticeable. So anytime we go take out pictures or go take photos with my little brother or some of our other friends that have Stangs, it's very difficult to maintain the beautiful look after she gets washed. I've tried using wax, just a standard car wash, spot-free rinse, just anything that I could possibly think of, and try to, get her to keep that beautiful black look. But if you guys have any suggestions on how I can maintain that beautiful black look, definitely give me some tips or something to help so I could kind of keep her beautiful for more than just 1 or 2 days. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a quick little video of the car wash. Kind of give you a example of what it is. I actually just got done washing her like 2 days ago, and this is what she looks like now. So let's go ahead and head to the car wash, do a quick wash on her, get her some more wax, and then from there we'll go ahead and continue the video. All right, so for number 2 on the list, why I dislike this Stang, it's going to be because of the tire sensor. Ever since day one that I actually purchased this Mustang back in Wichita, Kansas, no tire light, no nothing onto it. But as soon as me and my little brother got onto the road to go from Wichita to where we're currently staying at, maybe 45 miles to 50 miles out of Wichita, the warning signal starts flashing and starts beeping at me, and I'm like, what is that? Ends up being the tire sensor. So apparently there's an issue with some of the 2014s and their tire sensors and things like that. Once I got back into town to where we're staying at, I shut off the vehicle, turned it back on, showed my little brother how to drive manuals because it was his first time ever driving manual. Showed him how to do that, and then, the tire sensor light went off. So, I figured, oh, hey, it's only going to go off whenever, I go on out of town or long road trips, things like that. So it did good for about a good 4 or 5 months. And then shortly after, taking all these road trips, going down to Denver, going down to my hometown in Kansas, going down to Kansas City, Missouri to pick up the little brother and his sister because they missed their flight, things like that. After all those road trips, the sensor itself just doesn't shut off. Like, it constantly stays on 24/7. It never ever shuts off. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves, one of the things I dislike about my 2014. I would just want to get that fixed, get that changed. Once again, it is an easy fix. I believe I could just take it to like a Ford dealership and then, have them readjust, do the sensor, do whatever I need to do to get that taken care of. But as of right now, that is one thing that I do dislike about my 2014 Ford Mustang. That was number 2. So on to number 3. This isn't really something that I'm a big fan of, but it is going to be the windows. Not necessarily that it's just 2 windows in the vehicle, but mainly because every time I open the door, the window cracks down a little bit and releases the door for it to be open. And then when you close it, it puts itself back up to its full position. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a very big fan of that, because when it comes to the winter time, during the snow, ice storms, things like that, and living here in Kansas, we kind of, hit or miss with those. But, just having Destiny for about a year now, we had a couple of snowstorms, ice storms here, and it just gets really difficult to actually wanting to drive my Stang around, mainly for the fact that if I open the door, the window stays stuck up. So it makes a really loud pop when I try to open it. And I literally had to jump in a car, start it up, turn the heater on full blast, and then try to get the window to defrost. I know I could go out and go buy like a defroster and things like that, but of course that costs money, and I really don't want to put that spray onto my window and then, ruin my paint and things like that as well. So literally I just get in the car, slightly shut it to where it's not completely shut, put the heater on full blast, and literally got to sit there with the door somewhat cracked open in this cold weather, just so I could roll down the window, or so it could adjust down so I could actually properly close the actual door. So that is one of my other biggest pet peeves, or things I dislike about the 2014 Ford Mustang, or my 2014 Ford Mustang. I mean, it's great during the summer, no issues, nothing like that whatsoever, because, open a door, comes down just perfectly fine, no issues. But during that winter time, man, only having a Mustang for the winter is not the best idea. So maybe in the future I'll invest and get into another vehicle, so maybe I don't have to utilize this Ford Mustang in order to get around, because it is very difficult. I mean, that is not the only situation when it comes to snow or ice in our location, but I'll get back to that later into the video, because that's also going to make one of my next things I hate about the 2014 Mustang. So let's go ahead and jump on to number 4. All right, so number 4 on today's list on why I dislike my 2014 Ford Mustang is going to have to be the cup holder position. I'll throw a couple of clips in here real quick on what it actually looks like in my vehicle. So here's a few clips. As you guys can see, the cup holder is literally right next to my 6-speed shifter. So whenever I do drive around, and I feel like I can't have a large drink into my cup holder because it just gets to the point to where I'm literally breaking my straw every single time. Addition to that, it's like I usually go through drive-through quite a bit, or when I'm traveling and I have all this change, I don't want to carry all this change with me. So usually in my other vehicles, I would have a spot where I could drop my coins or, save change for if I ever need it when I go through the drive-through and give exact change and things like that. But in this 2014 Ford Mustang, they don't give me that specific option. So there's nowhere for me to store any of my change. So unfortunately, I just throw it down the cup holder, and it just pretty much just takes up a spot for my cup holder, and then it just gets all grimy and all nasty down there from all the coins. And then if soda seems to spill or anything like that, then I'm constantly having to clean that up as well. And then my coins just end up getting sticky. So that was another thing that I wish that I could have inside my 2014 Mustang, is having a specific spot for my coins, addition to maybe a different position for the 2014 Mustang cup holders. Because sometimes it does get difficult to shift here and there if I have a drink in the way there, but it ends up to the point where I literally have to kind of wrap my whole arm around and kind of shift that way. And having just like a regular 6-speed shifter, it's not a short throttle or anything like that, it kind of makes it a little bit more difficult because I'm literally having to go all the way up, all the way back, and then, constantly moving a lot of shoulder, compared to if I did have a short throttle, I could literally just, use the wrist essentially, because it'll be a little bit shorter of a shift. But considering that, it's just a regular 6-speed standard shifter, it just makes it a little bit difficult for myself to actually maneuver around the actual cup holder. So once again, wrapping up number 4, it's going to be the cup holder, and no place for my change to go whenever I go out to eat or through a drive-through or anything like that. So let's go ahead and jump into number 5. My God, it just got so hot in here. It's a really hot day, so started busting a little sweat, as you can see on the little shirt here. I mean, bad idea to try to record this on a hot day with the windows down, or windows up essentially. So I went ahead and cracked this, so get a little bit of breeze in here. But on to number 5. So my 5th thing that I dislike about my Ford Mustang, and like I told you in the past, we're going to come back to it. It is driving this Mustang in the snow or icy weather. This Mustang is definitely not made to be driving in the snow or in icy conditions at that. I could go buy some brand new tires for the winter, or throw some chains on and things like that. But once again, that's going to be costing a lot of money, something I do not have at this time. So, I'm just stuck with the wheels that I purchased the vehicle with last year. And they've been doing a great job for me, like during, normal days. But when it comes down to the winter, she doesn't do very good at all. Mainly for the fact that, if you guys seen in the video, in the car wash video, you've seen a giant dent on the driver's side. That was mainly because of the snow. It started snowing on the 5th day that I have purchased this Mustang. And I took it out to go get some food with my little brother at Walmart. And turning into Walmart, she just wouldn't stop sliding. Kept on going and going till my little brother, brace yourself, we're getting ready to hit another vehicle. So we end up hitting this truck, ends up with this big dent on the front of my vehicle, which now is going to be a $3,000 fix, because they have to fix the fender, the bumper, and the headlight. So unfortunately, I guess that's my fault for, trying to drive her in the snow. It was my very first time driving her ever in the snow, so I didn't know what to expect. I figured, having all this weight on the Mustang would be okay. But I mean, it was barely even snowing. So that was kind of the crazy part. I mean, it was probably snowing for about maybe 10 minutes, if even that. And it wasn't really even sticking to the floor, but it was slush. So it was something that just kept my vehicle, kept on sliding and sliding and sliding. Fortunately, I did hit that other vehicle. Thankfully, the guy was so cool about it. He didn't really want to, file an insurance claim. His truck was already beat up. He said he already had multiple wrecks in it, like other people already hitting him, so he wasn't really too concerned about it. He was more concerned about the vehicle that I was driving, which was Destiny, my 2014 Ford Mustang. So unfortunately now, for literally over a year, I've been driving Destiny with this dent in my vehicle, and sometimes I just feel super embarrassed because I got this badass car, but then I have this dent at the front of my driver's side. So it literally makes it look like I don't know how to drive, essentially, or I'm a reckless driver or something like that. So I'll be glad the day that I do get her fixed, get her brand new, and then be able to take better photos for, some of my viewers on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, or even for you guys here on YouTube. Because I feel like that little boo-boo right there is really going to be a big boo-boo, because I can't really get the best quality of my 2014 Ford Mustang. And I love this thing to death. Like, literally, since the day I bought it, this has been literally the best car that I've ever purchased, and I owned 4 other cars prior to this Ford Mustang, and I am super in love with this. So the day I do get her fixed, I do want to do more adventures, essentially more road trips, take better scenic photos, go to the mountains, take better photos, find different sunsets, different spots, things like that, get beautiful photos of her on all sides of the vehicle. Be able to make better TikToks of showing the whole vehicle versus just one side of the vehicle or the back of the vehicle, because as of right now, I'm very limited of what I could show, just for the fact that I am super embarrassed of her dent. But yeah, that was number 5 on the list. So I know I said this is only going to be 5 things that I dislike about the Ford Mustang, but I am going to go ahead and give you guys a bonus one. Something that just kind of makes me angry in a way, but not really angry, but something that I feel like would make the Ford Mustang 5, 10, 15, 20 times better, in my perspective, will be the dashboard. And I'll go ahead and show you guys that real quick. As you guys can see, this is just going to be your standard dashboard. You have like this little screen, very small screen. Literally just tells you the time and then what radio station you're on, things like that. It has a CD player, and then all these other buttons on here where you can see, change your clock time, your scan mode, your text, things like that. Allegedly you can connect it to a phone, but never really tried connecting it directly from the Mustang to my actual phone. I actually use a Bluetooth for all my music, things like that, a wireless Bluetooth. And then of course at the very bottom there you can see like your different temperature gauges, I guess you would say. You have your defroster, your rear defroster, and then your different controls to, where you want your air to blow. You have your AC button, your max AC button, and then the circulation for the full vehicle versus just the front. And then of course you have or underneath that you have your little knobs to adjust how high you want your temperature, or your change in I guess air quality, addition to having it either on hot or on cold. So I really do wish that I did get a better dash, essentially, because I have seen Mustangs that have, the GPS monitor, onto, you know, this same kind of setup of 2014, but I mainly see it in like automatics. So it kind of just kind of upsets me that, you know, in the manuals that, you know, you get this standard setup as your dashboard, but I would rather have a bigger screen so I could actually see like the GPS and things like that it all comes with, addition to a rear view camera, aka a backup camera. So that is one thing that I did really wish that, you know, I've gotten with this vehicle, was to have that better dashboard there. Maybe sometime in the future I might swap it out. You know, once again, costs money to do that, but I do want to switch out the dash and then get a better dash essentially. So one that does come from Ford, but also that also comes with the rear view camera, because, you know, having a small window in the back, sometimes it is hard to actually look back and then kind of see if you're going to hit anything, compared to if I have the rear view camera, I could just look at my rear view camera and then back up that way. Because if you guys seen the back of a 2014 Ford Mustang, it doesn't really give you very much space to actually see what is behind you. So, and it really doesn't help that I actually have 5% tint all around my window. So doing, you know, backing up at night, it's completely black, and I literally have to roll my windows completely down just to make sure that nothing's behind me, no one's standing there, no other cars, or if I'm going to hit, you know, my little brother's vehicle that is parked right next to me. But yeah, that is definitely one thing that I do want to do in the future, is, you know, get a better dash. So just kind of a recap onto this, you know, they are minor changes that I could fix, but once again, it does cost money. So, you know, maybe sometime in the future where I am better off on my feet financially, that will be some of the things I do want to change with the Ford Mustang, or my Ford Mustang, is, you know, get a new dash, get some brand new tires on this, get my dent fixed, maybe buy another additional cup holder or something for the side so I could keep my change, or have like a little pouch on the side. Not necessarily anything with the color. Like I said, the color is beautiful. I love the color black. But if I do another Mustang, I do want to get a different color other than black, probably a red, since that is my other favorite color, my most favorite color. But at the time when I was searching for this vehicle, literally searched for about 4 or 5 months on one of these vehicles, I wasn't able to find something as good as what this vehicle offered. But who knows, maybe in the next video I'll kind of show you guys 5 things that I absolutely love about this vehicle, and you'll kind of see why, some of the reasons why I selected this specific vehicle over other vehicles that I was looking at. So yeah, guys, once again, thank you guys for watching this video. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, show some love in the comments. Please follow the little brothers. You got Jaybird Garage, and then you also have That Silver Stang, which is my little brother. He also makes car content, and way more content that I can make, because he has financial liability, I guess you would say. He's a lot better with his money, and he actually does a lot of videos showing different changes that he has done to his 2014 Ford Mustang since the time he had purchased it. So definitely give them a follow. Like I said again, please subscribe to this channel as well. Addition to my other channel, which is Crispy Fitness, which is more of myself just going to the gym with my little brother, and then sometimes special guests. But usually we're doing workout challenges, and once again, just trying to better ourselves physically. So like I said, definitely go like and comment that page as well. But we'll see you guys next time.